Hey everybody, welcome to another video review. This is the Closet series of Narin Joe Dunaway Predator paint-ups. I just did one of King Skull Valdez, and I figured while I'm here, I'll do his next door neighbor. And this is basically the Savage Hunter. This is an old kit. I don't even know, I don't think this was back when Narin was a lot younger. I think this is maybe even like 20 years old. If Narin ever sees this, maybe he can chime in. But I think this was done for like another producer. But I've always loved this kit, and it was just like so impossibly hard to get one. I actually bought this painted from a French collector who was liquidating his Narin Joe Dunaway painted pieces. And I think he was moving to, he wanted to collect something else. And I bought a lot of this from him. And I actually sent his painted version to Joe Dunaway to repaint. Just because, I thought his paint job, the one that he had, was okay. I think a French painter did it for him. He's a French collector. But it's just not the same as when Joe does it. And I think Joe's only done maybe two of these. One was the Savage Hunter, and the other one was, I think, maybe my version. Now he's only done two or three of these. It shows you how rare this is. So this is basically a savage, savage predator. I mean, this is like what a predator barbarian would look like, and everything about this piece is just so cool. Let's start with the base, where it's basically skulls, like just in the rock and the cliffs, a lot of skull motifs, and he's destroying a goblin. So let me take a look here at the detail. The hand is just basically grabbing the goblin's skull. He's already basically gouged out one, I think the left eye. Let me see if we can get a little more detail there by putting it back. So there you have it. So you can see that he's already gouged out basically the one eye, the right existing one, beautifully painted, and of course he has his head in that big fist of his. You can see the claw marks of the desperate orc or goblin. Again, Joe Dunaway, the master of gunmetal and metal effects. And then in the back, you can see more skulls. So this is like obviously a battlefield. And then here's his armor. Again, beautifully done. Sorry, pardon the dust. And you can see that, the right leg's being ripped off. You can see the blood and gore staining the blood all the way down. More skulls. And then, of course, the beautiful detailing of the Savage Hunter's feet. And then this is the victim. And I mean, that's the base. That's an amazing base, an awesome base. And, Narin was just really ahead of his time. Remember, Narin sculpted this bad boy over 20 years ago, I think. So for him to have put together a base like this is just stunning. And then, of course, again, as with so many of Joe's work, the closer you get, the better it gets. So here's a huge axe that the Savage Hunter is carrying. That's why he's displayed with King Skull Valdez. They're the companion pieces. And then the Captain Morgan pose. Look at that. Look at how awesome is that. That's the armor, in front of his kneecap. Here's all the studs. No detail, is missed. And then look at the chains here. The armor going up. And then, of course, he's wearing all these skulls. His trophies around his waist. So badass. And then, of course, the classic Joe Dunaway, depth of paint, the layers and layers from his airbrush. You can see almost, he has the ability to give you a translucent paint job without being translucent resin. Here's all the quills coming up. You can see the veining, and then the patterns on the arms. Here's more quills up top, along the chest. Look at that. There's the abdomen, the chest, the huge armor, and then, of course, that beautiful, beautiful portrait. He basically has the the Savage Predator has basically a goatee, right? It's like it's like the Predator version of a goatee. So I'm trying to get really, really close so you can see the beautiful veining that he's done. Okay. Here we go. The back of the armor, more skulls, more trophies, more chains. And then, of course, beautiful dreads. The one thing about this one is that even though they're sculpted, they're not attached individually. And this is, again, from Narin's older time period, where he didn't do the individual dreads as much. But still very beautifully done. You can see there's a lot of variation and decoration in those dreads. So it looks really, really good. And then, of course, the crown. And then close up of the face. And then we're going to back up a little bit so you can see him from different angles. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite Narin Predators. And I lost hope that I was ever going to get him. You see a lot of really bad, crappy recasts, but like, you know, an original casting from when he first, you know, made it is impossible to find. So I'm just really, really happy that I managed to get one of these guys, and for Joe to, you know, kind of put his magic on it. So there you go, the Savage Hunter. So you can get an idea. Yeah, normally I display them like this. Seems like the best way, just straight on, coming at you. And again, when you get close to it, you can appreciate again all that detail, all that wonderful paintwork. This poor victim. All right, so until next time, do take care.